So we're practicing how to multiply binomials here, and a binomial is simply a statement that's got two things added together, like 6 plus 8 or 10 plus 4, and in this case we're multiplying those together. And I've started with ones that didn't have x's just to try to make it make sense. If you were using this to find the area of this whole space here, you would say, well, this distance is 6 plus 8, and this distance is 10 plus 4. Now, I recognize what you would do on this one would say multiply 14 by 14 and you're done. But for illustrations, what we're doing is saying, look, split this up into two separate pieces. This piece right in here, this upper quadrant, would be 60 because you'd be multiplying 6 times 10. Okay, try that again. 6 times 10 would get you 60. This piece here would be 24 because 6 times 4 is 24. This piece would be 80. And this piece would be 32. Okay? And if you added up all four of those, you'd end up with 196, which is what 14 times 14 is. But that's not what we're really doing. What we're really looking at is stuff that looks like this. So I've replaced numbers, the first two numbers, with x's, and now we're supposed to find the total area here. Well, this is going to be x squared because x times x is x squared. This will be 4x. This will be 8x because 8 times x, and this will be 32. Well, I want to write the total of all these, but I can't add up things that don't have the same variable. So all I can do is combine the things that can be combined. That's these two here. That gets me 12x. I also have this x squared right here, and I have this plus 32. So there's my total. Well, what you noticed was this first piece right here was just simply this first pair right there. Okay? The second one that we did was the outside pair. The next one we did was the inside pair. And the last one we did was the last pair. Okay, so what we'll do on the next one is the same idea, except we'll keep track of that a little bit better. Okay? Over here, we've got 2x times 3x, so that's 6x squared. The 2 and 3 multiply together, the x and x multiply together. And I'm going to write that right here, but I'm going to put a little f there. Okay? I'm going to write an f there as well. Okay? So that's going to be 6x squared. Okay? Then the next one I'm going to do is going to be the outside pair right here. I'm going to put a little o. Okay? And that's going to be negative 8x. Okay? And so I'm going to write o over here, and that's negative 8x. Okay? Then I'm going to write the inside pair right here. That's 24x. Okay? So inside pair, 24x. Okay? And then I'm going to circle or indicate these, the last pairs, and negative 32. Okay? And very often you'll hear people say, well, just FOIL it. And what I've done is done the first, the outside, inside, and last. Okay? The total of all these things is simply all of them added together. Okay? And as you can see in here, these are the only two that can be combined. Negative 8 plus 24 is 16, so I'll combine those to get 16x. And I'll just bring down the other two things with plus signs after them. And minus 32, and there's my total. Okay? So very often what people end up doing is not even bothering to write the box over here. Like on this next one, I got rid of the box. I'm just going to do the whole FOIL thing and be done with it. Okay? So I'm going to multiply the first pair. That's 12x squared. I'll multiply the outside pair. That's negative 16x. I'll multiply the inside pair. That's negative 9x. And I'll multiply the last pair. Now be careful, those are negative signs there. So negative 3 times negative 4 is plus or positive 12. Okay? I'm not going to bother putting plus signs in here because plus and negative means minus. So I've got these two things I can combine together to get negative 25x. And then I still have a 12x squared and a plus 12. So here's my final answer right here, 12x squared minus 25x plus 12. Okay? So that's the basics on how to multiply binomials.